Good afternoon, my friends, and thank you for being here with me on this new episode of Applegates. Today's video is about some large knives, fixed knives, and some large folders. I wish to dedicate this video today to my good friends Kaska and Ruffo from Rio de Janeiro, and to Papalara, who comes back and forth to Rio and may see some use for the knives that I am showing here. Anyhow, let's start. The first one that I want to show you is a Boker Combat knife. This one here is an Applegate. It is made for penetration, for direct combat, has a fantastic handle, handles pretty much well, good blade, very small guard, which is enough for use like this or like this for penetration purposes in war situations. Comes in a nice Kydex sheath, which can be held on a mole. Second one is a Kukhri knife, one of my preferred forms for knives, Kukhri. This is also a combat knife, very, very strong blade. It's used much more for cutting than for penetration. The handle is quite ergonomics, even though the knife itself, the Mahakali, which is the maker, has made it in a very rustic form. Even the way that the blade is fixed on the handle, like a rat way of fixing blades. Those knives are part of the Gurkha culture. The Gurkha are from Nepal and are one of the fiercest warriors of the planet. It's incredible what they can do with this here. There are tales that they even prefer to combat with those Kukhri knives than with handguns or shotguns or whatever sort of guns which are not these blades. Kukhri comes in a very rustic sheath. This one here smells like it has been smoked on tobacco pipe. Has two small blades, the purpose of which I don't know what it is, because they are not sharp at all. Maybe to take off an eye, I don't know. So this is the Kukhri. Next one is a Issatsu knife, designed by James Williams and made by CRKT. Purpose, penetration, and cutting. The basics for James Williams designs are the old swords or knives from Japan. And everything in this knife here is associated to something in that great tradition of knife and sword making of Japan. I like this knife very, very much. Very sharp, very pointy, and very elegant. James Williams is a great designer, but also he's very well known martial arts instructor, sensei. And what I like in him is not only that he's very clear about his philosophies, but also he would never say that anything that he makes is good for cutting boxes. This sort of euphemism is used by many people here in YouTube when they want to describe a knife which is sharp, and even a paramilitary or a reptilian, they say that's good for what they do every day, which is cutting boxes. For cutting boxes, let me tell you, the best thing is this thing here. Nothing better than this for cutting boxes. Anyhow, next the folders. Here is a Ulize Spyderco folder designed by Mr. Ulize, and it's incredibly aggressive as well, going for cutting and good for penetration. Has a jimping here for helping on that. Can be used like this, can be used like that, and it's good in any position that you hold here. And the handle is big, protrudes about 1.5 inches or 2 inches beyond my little finger here. So it's very secure to use. Very, very secure. Even with gloves, because this material here is G10. And the last one is also by Spyderco. And in this case here is a Szabo. And maybe this is one of the knives that I like the most in my collection here. Beautiful design, very good for penetration, very economic for penetration, and for cutting. Very sharp edge the blade has. It does not need a jimping here because it has this elevation here on the Spyderco hole that makes it completely safe to use like that. And as well as in all the positions that you can imagine. Sorry for this here. Anyhow, in this case here, it's a bit of a design, an elegant knife. The blade is black, as you can see, and the carbon fiber design is beautiful. It's the same that Spyderco uses in his domino and dice knives. Construction is very clean, post construction, easy to maintain. And the lock system is one that sometimes Spyderco uses, which is great. It's a pressure lock here. Anyhow, in this case, as well as in this case here, those knives, they have pocket clips to be used in the pocket here. A deep pocket, probably, because yeah, I can see how you could carry this in a shallow pocket. Great knives, all of them, all of them. These two here are more practical to be used while going through the wild streets of Rio de Janeiro, if you want to have to be prepared to protect yourself or your family. These here are really huge knives, but also, you know, I don't know if you want to use them. I wouldn't say at all that they are EDC knives. You could say that these knives here may be called EDC knives, but not those ones here. Unless that your everyday chore is to kill people. So my friends, this is it for today. I hope that you have enjoyed the video. I enjoy every one of these knives here. I'm very happy to have them in my collection. Only two notes about them. The Kukhri knives, there are several makers who make other versions of the Kukhri knife with this sort of blade design here, and even handle design. I think that Cold Steel has a Kukhri knife, and even CRKT has a Kukhri knife. This is an original one. This is how it is there in Nepal. The Issatsu knife, I really am happy with it. I really am happy with it. I don't see me using it in any condition. Fortunately. As well as this Boker knife here. I don't see me using it in any condition. However, I would dare to use one of those ones here in my pocket in a day or two when I have to go to some place in Rio de Janeiro which is not very safe. Remembering always that these are very powerful knives, all of them, but they mean nothing if your opponent is using a fire gun. So be careful, my friends. Use your defense wisely, and see you next time. Bye-bye Kaska, bye-bye Ruffo, bye-bye Papalara, my great friend. Ciao.